Please. This is my fourth icebreaker. Because it's my fourth icebreaker, you guys know a lot about my family, about my hobbies, about my job already. So instead, I wanted to focus on my home country, Kazakhstan. And I want to tell you just a little bit more about Kazakhstan, a few things that you haven't heard about maybe, and maybe pique your curiosity enough to learn more about it, to want to learn more about it, maybe even think about visiting it one day. So I want to talk about ethnicities that live there. I want to talk about the currency and prices. And I want to talk about horses. These horses are very big in Kazakhstan. And so let me start with ethnicities. The largest ethnic group, ethnicity, is Kazakh. And because Kazakhstan borders with Mongolia and China on the east, they look very much like Mongolian and Chinese. This is there in the national attires. Not that they wear them in modern days, they're dressing very modernly like in any foreign country, but they do wear them on special occasions and special events. It's very colorful, very pretty looking thing. And here you can see a couple dressed in the national attire. It's very pretty and very colorful. I loved it. Kazakhs are the biggest ethnicity, but there are many, many other ethnic groups living in Kazakhstan. The second biggest group is Russians. There are also a ton of other ones from European part of the world and also from the Asian part of the world. For example, there are Germans and Ukrainians there, but there are also Azerbaijanis and Koreans. There are also about a lot of Uyghurs who also populate a big part of China. They're a big group in China. And if you look at where they are located, the lilac color, that's the Kazakh ethnic group. So they're kind of everywhere, which makes sense. It is Kazakhstan. And the biggest, largest group, Russian ethnicity, they are mainly on the north, which also makes sense because that's what borders with Russia. It's the northern part. And also in big cities, Almaty, if you can see on the southeast, right here, that's where I grew up. So there is a lot of Russians there as well. So they're kind of all over the place, all these ethnic groups. Next, I want to talk about currency. Currency of Kazakhstan is Kazakh tenge. And with all the inflation that's been going on there for years and years, now $1 is about 536 Kazakh tenge. But the life is there is fairly cheap. This is how they look like. A taxi ride is about $3. You can get from any part of a big city to another part for about $3. Very cheap. Lunch for $3, $15. A sit-down restaurant in a nice location, great food, $15. If you want to buy an apartment, 1 bedroom in a super nice downtown location, $60K. The only issue is Kazakhstan doesn't allow dual citizenship. So, and if you're not a citizen, it's an issue to own a real estate there. But it is very cheap. And lastly, horses. Why horses? Because it's the biggest population of animals that were raised in Kazakhstan historically. Kazakhs historically were nomads. So they would travel with their cattle in the steppes, and the steppes is what you see, and they would raise them. And horses was the biggest population of animals they would herd. The others were sheep and camels, the other two biggest. Of course, they do with the horses everybody else does. They raise them, they sell them, they ride them, they hunt on them, but they do one thing that no one in the US does. Any guess what that is?
Chicken.
Here's a little hint.
No.
It is very tasty, but Americans cannot comprehend how you can eat horses. When I talk about eating horses, they think it's like eating your mom or something like that. But that's what people do there. They don't think nothing of it. So if you ever go to Kazakhstan, beware. some meat to eat, maybe horse meat. To conclude, Kazakhstan is a wonderful country. Very safe, very beautiful. There are many ethnicities there, very foreigner friendly. Prices very cheap. For about $1,000, you can have a good life for a month, no issues. And you can even try a horse if you so desire. With that, I hope I piqued your curiosity to at least investigate a bit more about it and maybe even contemplate a trip. Thank you.
Oksana?